Mk25 here. Today I'm doing a video review on a handgun I purchased recently. I'm getting a little behind in my videos, so there'll probably be about 10 or 12 uploads here coming up with different reviews. But anyway, the first one I'm going to do is the review on the SIG Mk25. Okay. Now, this is essentially a SIG P226. The only difference really between this and the P226 is that the Mk25 comes stock with MiPro night sights. The grip itself is a little different. It's nitrate coated inside and outside for saltwater corrosion resistance. It's got a chrome line barrel. And it's got the little anchor on the side there. Oh boy. And it's got this unique serial number barcode. Now, why to buy this over the standard 226? Really? Really the only reason I can think of, other than, obviously the appeal that, one thing with these guns too that is different that I did not mention is these do have to meet the strict government standards for the Navy SEALs, for the Navy specifications. So these are put through an extra quality control inspection. That is another thing. I guess that is a plus. But as far as why to buy one of these, your average person, this or a regular 226, I'd say a regular 226. Unless you plan on carrying your gun in adverse environments, where the gun's going to get wet, or pretty much if you're going to be carrying the gun where the gun's designed to be carried in crappy environments and still stand up to it. I got this, actually, this is going to be my new duty gun for work. I do need the night sights. I do like the night sights. They're MiPros, which is a good brand. It's always nice when stuff like that comes stock in a gun. You don't have to add it later yourself. Another nice thing about the SIG Mk25 package is it does come with 3 15-round magazines instead of just 2, as would come with a regular SIG 226. That's not a big deal. It's definitely not something that would deter me from buying the gun if it only came with 2. But it is nice because then you got your standard carry, which is your 1 in the gun. For me anyway, my standard carry is 1 in the gun and then 2 extras, which is nice. Now, the way the gun shoots, the gun is very smooth. Literally, the action is just devastatingly smooth. Obviously, it being a SIG, it's got a decocker here, which is nice. I'm not a huge fan of guns with manual safeties, hammer-fire guns with manual safeties, or for that matter of fact, any gun with a manual safety, with the exception of the 1911. Obviously, because if it's single action only, then you're probably going to want that manual safety. But the decocker on the SIG is really smooth. It's the same as it is in a 228 or a 229. Very smooth. It enables you to drop the hammer slowly versus, you can drop it quick. Depending on how slowly you release the decockers, how fast the hammer will go forward. The gun takes apart devastatingly simple, as can be expected with a SIG. You pretty much just you pull back the slide the slide frame off. There you go. There's the frame. And there's the slide. That obviously is one of the reasons that this gun is accepted for service for the Navy, is because it detail strips. Well, not detail strips. Well, it does detail strip, a little bit tough. You need some tools for that. But as far as the basic takedown for field stripping, you don't need any tools. It's very simple. Now, some people would consider taking the firing pin out detail stripping. Some people would consider that field stripping. I will say, though, the one thing about this gun, you do have to have a punch to take the firing pin out. Okay, but apparently the military does not consider that part of field stripping, so... But yeah. Overall, this is not necessarily a gun I'd recommend for a beginner. But it is a gun that I'd recommend for somebody if you're really into SIGs, or you're looking for a high quality duty or carry gun. The price tag on these isn't very nice. It's about $1,000. I paid $1,000 for this one. Obviously new in the box, which is a lot for a handgun. But if you you know, if you want a really good, nice handgun and you got the cash to spare, check one of these guys out right here. Alright, comments, questions, send me a message, Spartan765.